Hey YouTube, welcome back to another edition of Cycle QMX. I'm Ryan Wood, your host, and today we got the plasma cutter running. It took me a while, but we got it running. Software uploading, parts, pieces, attachments, connections, it's up. Stay tuned as I get you posted. Watch the magic. Boop, 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 boop. And so it begins, folks. We now have the capability to cut something using this right here. How exciting. Now, we just gotta figure out what to cut. So let's go ahead and hop over to our build and see what we got going on today. Hey YouTube, so here we are, getting ready for our first series, first build in our series on how to build a four-wheeled off-road wheelchair. Today we're going to use a recumbent bike and take you through the first few steps on what to do to start on your build. As you can see here, I've already dismantled the whole frame and stripped it down to bare nothing. Now you can pick one of these up, brand new, 12, 1300 bucks and up. You can also find them, if you can, you find them used. Older models, chromoly is what you're looking for, and what you want is to be able to weld on this. Aluminum, titanium, you're gonna have troubles welding on those in your own home, shop, garage, or build. Now if you have those capabilities, go ahead and do so. But for today, we're gonna use chromoly. Now the second thing I did on this build was went ahead and drilled a hole here in my top tube. As you can see here, I used a 1 3/4 inch hole saw to drill this hole right here, which is going to allow me to put in my steer tube. And when I refer to a steer tube, this is what I'm referring to. Now today we're going to use a 1 1/8" integrated 45-degree cartridge bearing steer tube. And what this is going to do is, now that I've drilled this hole, I'm going to be able to take this and place it right in there like so, and this will now make my bike steerable from one center point. So instead of having a handlebar out here and a handlebar out here like you would on your typical recumbent, where if you're in a wheelchair where you'd have to load from the front, and now you have the boom that sticks out here to pedal on. Now if you want to continue to pedal and you also want to have steering, this is also a way you could do that, and you can leave your steering or your pedal gear out front. And once again, it would look something like this, with your pedaling out front and your wheels right here, and then of course your rear end. Now in a quad cycle, we're going to be able to have the two wheels in the front and then also the two wheels in the rear by using our trike conversion kit that we already showed you in a previous one, but we'll get more detail here in the back. That being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next part of this. So once you've got your hole drilled and your steer tube welded into place, you're going to now be able to use your now that you got your steer tube drilled and your pipe ready to go, some of the other components that came with your trike are the spindles. Now these will sit out on the end like so, and this is what allows you to have that front wheel steering. Now this piece here is where you connect your tie rods right here, and that'll allow your external steering. This is why you want to go ahead and start with a recumbent bike that has the 2 wheels in the front and the 1 wheel in the rear, so that you already get these. Now if you want to do 4-wheel steering, you're going to have to buy 2 recumbent bikes to get all the parts that you need. Now with this style setup, you don't have any drive here. This is not a drive axle, this is just a free axle, but it does give you disc brake mounting capabilities. So there you are. Now you have your front steering set up. Now that pitman arm that's going to go underneath here, guess what? You're going to need to get that cut. Now you could grab a piece of plate, square plate, and go ahead and cut that out. Or, I say or if you have access to a CNC laser cutter, you can go ahead and get those laser cut out like we do here at QMX in the production model. Now if you have a prototype, so this is going to go down here, and this is your pitman arm that's going to connect your 2 outer tie rods. You can have them in different lengths from here to here. This looks like about a 5-inch. You can do longer lengths and may give you more stability in your steering. Smaller is going to make it very tight and kind of fidgety, so you may want to make this longer. You also may want to have additional holes for steering dampeners to help stabilize your ride while you're going downhill. Now with the new tool that you've seen today and the CNC plasma cutter that we have, we'll be able to custom build these for you basically on demand and adjust them to what your needs are. Now this part can also be used for is right down here. So this will be your feet, where your feet are going to sit, and you can either run pegs, pedals, plates, whatever you want. But now you have attachment holes where the seat typically goes for the recumbent bike, and now you can use them for your pegs. So check those out. We'll be posting those online. We'll be updating the website soon to include all these kind of pieces so that you can at home build your own off-road QMX. Now stay tuned, as I got more builds for you and more pieces to go. We're just getting started. So now that we got the front end kind of taken care of and started, what you're also going to want to do is set up your rear end. So here is the rear swing arm off your recumbent bike. And now what you're going to want to do is get an adapter plate, something like what I have here, that will allow you well, you can see this is for a smaller bike, but this will allow you to mount your motor to your swing arm. Now 1000 watt is pretty standard for most people. 1000 watt brushless motor will do the job, and these will get you started. So this is a weldable here. We'll be able to order this online as we update the website so that we can cut them out for you on demand, depending on the axle size, the spacing that you're going to want, the offset, we'll call it, for your own swing arm and setup. So now attaching to this piece, you can see here we have a pre-cut piece. So this will help you align your motor mounts. And you want to align your motor mounts depending on your capability. And one of the first things that we're going to cut is one of these new motor mounts. And this will be able to have a cambered angle so that you can adjust the motor and do tension the chain at the same time. Now if you want to get to 3000 watt, you're going to want to go to a little bit wider axle. You're going to need more space in there, a little bit more heavy duty. This is a 1/4-inch plate, very heavy duty, very strong. It's going to add a lot of weight to your bike, but it's going to add the rigidity that you need to support a 3000 watt motor or plus. If you want to go to 5000 watts, that's on you. You want to make sure you get strong enough reinforced plates. Go ahead and drop us a line, let us know what you need, and we'll get those parts cut out for you. So back to the build. So the next part we got to do now is start welding all these pieces. Now for today, we're going to save that for another day. So make sure you like and subscribe and check us out so that you can stay tuned with all the new pieces that we're going to be building with the plasma cutter, and on this build right here, so you can build your very own QMX in your garage with your buddies. Just find somebody with a welder and some pieces, and you never know what you're going to learn. Maybe you'll learn a new skill, learn how to weld, learn how to fabricate, which is always good. Put that on your resume. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the show. Keep me posted what you think color we should pick on this bike. Let me know the tires. Let me know if you have any questions about the setup so far, and I'll be happy to answer them. Go ahead and leave the comments below. Until next time, peace.